Right now at 6, the man accused of kidnapping a pregnant Beaver Dam teenager appears in court.
And a big change could be coming for Country Boom, the popular music festival's plans to expand.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski. 22 people were arrested during a drug bust in Eau Claire this morning. It happened on the 1100 block of Barland Street. Authorities took 19 people to Eau Claire County Jail during the raid. The remaining 3 will be ordered in for future court appearances. Charges include maintaining a drug trafficking place, possession of meth and drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer. The investigation remains ongoing.
The man accused of kidnapping a pregnant Beaver Dam teen appeared in court today. Gary Day pleaded not guilty to child enticement and 2 counts of child abduction. Franklin was reported missing in February. Police found her and Day yesterday at a truck stop in Nebraska. The court set his pretrial for June 5th. Government-imposed budget cuts are delaying the opening for Tellurian's Jackson House. The Mental Health, Addiction, and Crisis Services facility was set to open at the beginning of next month. Tellurian CEO says, quote, "Without this program, hospitals and jails will receive these individuals, which is not the ideal situation for a person in crisis. Their care center is still open and committed to providing services for those in need."
La Crosse area lawmakers are hearing what residents want in the next state budget. Democratic Representative Jill Billings and Senator Brad Pfaff hosted a listening session at Ginny's Cupboard in Sparta. Billings says she heard voters concerned about how potential federal cuts could affect state aid programs. With so much uncertainty, Billings says voters can't afford to be passive.
This is not a time to be a spectator in the sport of politics. This is a time to get involved and make your voice heard.
Now, the governor's budget calls for historic spending in public education as well as $2 billion in tax cuts. The Republican-controlled legislature has already promised they'll write their own budget from scratch. Meanwhile, the 2 lawmakers will host another session April 14th at the La Crosse Public Library.
Well, voter turnout numbers are in. In La Crosse County, voter turnout was 61% for Tuesday's elections. On Election Day, 34,887 people voted in person. That's 10,000 more than in 2023. And 13,857 absentee ballots were counted for Tuesday's races.
Demonstrators in La Crosse hosting a Defend Democracy protest today at City Hall. Protesters voicing concerns over the dismantling of government agencies. One protester expressed hope, citing the recent win of Justice-elect Susan Crawford for the state Supreme Court.
A lot more faith in our system because we didn't fall for money. We were voted on who she was and what she stood for, and I think that says a lot about Democrats.
Crawford will take her place on the bench in August.
Well, Country Boom may move closer to West Salem,
but they'll need approval from the La Crosse County Board. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the details.
Country Boom wants to move its summer festival from its current location to this county-owned farm right here in West Salem. Country Boom wants to purchase 85 acres of land to build their own venue on the village's east end. They also want to build roughly 300 homes over the next 30 years.
We really took to heart what the village gave us for guidance, and they basically said, we really want to be able to house our population.
The festival is currently held at Maple Grove Venues, located just outside of West Salem. Project planner Jason Gilman says the community would benefit from the project.
Are we improving public health? Because now we've got housing with direct access to a trail system and outdoor recreation. Are we creating greater economic gains by having youth involvement and training, and then also the tourism spending?
He also says it could pump roughly $13 million into the local economy each year.
Many of the neighborhood developments that have sort of a cultural centerpiece, whether it be a music venue or a parkway or an art walk, those types of things tend to be the most valuable types of neighborhoods.
La Crosse County currently owns the land. County board members will hear the proposal at their planning meeting next week. Reporting from West Salem, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Yeah, for the most part, it was actually a pleasant Friday. We had some sun in the morning, cloud cover, but near average temperatures. Unfortunately, we'll see a little bit of rain, but if you're looking for the weekend, it looks to be dry, unlike the last couple we've had. We're not seeing any types of real significant systems coming through, so that's the good news. Overall, as I mentioned, temperatures closer to average. We climbed up from what we had Thursday. We could be mid-50s is about where we should be. So in all, not too bad. Some light winds. We do have precipitation coming across. We have a system to the northwest and a system that's well to the south. The combine of that pulling some moisture up that's going to give us a little bit of light rain, potentially some light snow tonight. But overall, it's going to take a while to see some of this reach the ground. And most areas probably won't see in the way of much overnight, but something to keep in mind of. If we kind of track it out, you see a few showers here developing just south of La Crosse. The big question is whether this will reach the ground. I don't think a lot will, but overall tonight, if you're out and about, you might see a little bit of sprinkles. Definitely not umbrella-like weather, but definitely something to keep in mind. Overall, tomorrow's highs will be colder behind a cold front that's coming through. So back in the 40s with that northwest wind that'll be breezing pretty quite strong. The good news is Sunday's looking the better of the 2 days. Unfortunately, as we go into Monday, it's going to be a cold start. But on the other end, the positive side, it's going to be a milder end to the work week, too.
All right. We're going to hold you to that, though.
Well, I'm good.
Well,
Thanks, Greg.
Child Abuse Prevention Month is underway in the Cooley region. The annual Blue Ribbon Breakfast wrapped up at the Lunda Center this morning, honoring professionals who work with children and families. Community members also planted hundreds of pinwheels for prevention at Myrick Park earlier today.
So right on La Crosse Street, it's a great visual image to say, wow, we have child abuse that happens in our community, but we also have prevention efforts.
The task force will also host a family fun event at the park on April 19th with food and music.
The La Crosse Area Community Foundation is awarding a $10,000 grant to Islands of Brilliance. The funding will support the Wisconsin Nonprofits Fellowship Program. It helps neurodivergent teens and young adults to engage in creative arts activities and some guided discussions.
Grant is critical because we need more places to integrate our neurodivergent and autistic youth within the community, and that grant is going straight to youth success, positive mental health outcomes, and really just the resilience of our community in the face of adversity.
The organization also hosted a classical art remix event at the Pump House, where attendees used iPads to add their touch to some famous paintings. Markets tumble as trade tensions rise.
Discover how Trump's tariffs and China's retaliation are impacting the global economy.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lasting Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Join us for our spring open house Friday and Saturday, April 4th and 5th at either showroom in Eau Claire or Onalaska. Enjoy super spring savings with up to 25% off your entire project. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months at Asher Lasting Exteriors.
President Trump says his move to put tariffs on all imported goods will result in a rebuilt economy where items are made and purchased in America, but investors appear weary of the claims.
The Fed chief said the new taxes have the potential to do long-term harm to the economy. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says President Trump's sweeping new tariffs run the risk of long-term pain for the economy.
It is now becoming clear that tariff increases will be significantly larger than expected. And the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth.
Earlier Friday, Trump took to social media, urging Powell to cut interest rates and stop playing politics. Powell says the Fed needs more data on the tariffs' impact before making a move.
We're well positioned to wait for greater clarity before considering any adjustments to our policy stance.
The Fed says it will be monitoring how other countries respond to Trump's tariffs. On Friday, China announced a 34% retaliatory tariff on all American products. The markets tumbled for the second day with the news of the retaliatory tariffs against the U.S., but administration officials insist a rebound will come as American manufacturing is restored.
Markets are crashing because markets are based on the stock value of companies who today are embedded in modes of production that are bad for the United States.
President Trump says he's open to negotiating with trade partners and spoke with the leader of Vietnam, where many American companies manufacture shoes, apparel, electronics, and other products. Trump says Vietnam wants to cut their tariffs down to zero if they are able to make an agreement with the U.S. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Nintendo says it's delaying pre-sale orders of Nintendo Switch 2 in the U.S. as a result of the newly announced tariffs.
In the meantime, a federal judge has ordered the U.S. government to recover a Maryland man who was deported to El Salvador by mistake. The Trump administration already admitted this week Gilmar Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported due to an administrative error. Garcia's attorney giving the news to supporters outside the courthouse today.
She found that the government did not dispute that there was no legal basis whatsoever for his deportation. She found that the government's arguments that she was powerless to order him brought back to the United States were without legal merit. And she found that he was suffering irreparable harm.
The ruling orders the government to return Garcia by end of Monday.
Well, President Trump is pushing back Saturday's deadline and giving TikTok another 75 days to make a deal or face a possible ban in the U.S. As a similar deadline approached back in January, frustrated users who called themselves TikTok refugees migrated to another Chinese app called RedNote. But that app has been sparking similar data privacy concerns.
The big debate with TikTok was the possibility of the party's access to American user data, even if data was stored on servers in the United States. But with RedNote, that's not even a question. The data is definitely stored in China, subject to Chinese law. The CCP can get that data anytime that they wish.
The organization's report also says the Chinese government has been capitalizing on the influx of frustrated Americans, at least 700,000 in January alone, to push state propaganda. CBS News reached out to RedNote for comment, but has not heard back.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
overall temperatures won't be too bad this weekend. In fact, 50s probably on Sunday. But take note, Monday we're going to see definitely below average temperatures. Chilly conditions to start off the week. We'll get breakdown how long they'll last coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we believe in making the most of what you love, making sure your money is as well spent as your time. So as you start your spring projects, we have the value you need to make them your own. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with an $80 Estate fertilizer purchase, $20 off large bags of Estate Sun to Shade grass seed, plus get $150 instant savings on select Cub Cadet riding mowers. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're celebrating our 100-year anniversary, and we invite you to join us. Stop in for daily door prizes, exclusive offerings, and up to 40% off on special orders. Plus, we're offering 36-month financing or a cash discount when purchase is paid in full by cash or check. We'll even pay for your gas. It's happening now through April 7th, our 100-year anniversary sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. family owned for 100 years.
Features in Holman is giving you the chance to win free food. Head over to news8000.com and enter the Menu Madness sweepstakes. Pick your favorite menu items each week from Features in Holman for a chance to win weekly prizes.
How would I describe Features in Holman? Food, family, and fun. For food, family, and fun, make it Features in Holman.
Yeah, now there's a winner.
Pivot!
Shut up.
Pivot!
Shut up. Shut up.
Pivot!
Shut up.
Pivot!
Shut up.
Pivot!
Shut up. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot!
Shut up.
On GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Whether you're looking for a lake home, a second home, or your first home, let Town & Country Housing introduce you to quality living in our factory-built homes. Town & Country Housing has homes that will meet your style and budget. Tour our model homes and see how spacious and grand living can be. Our homes are built with energy efficiency in mind. You pick your dream home, and we take care of the rest. Your dream home is waiting. Start living your best life. Join us this weekend for our open house. Town & Country Housing, Chippewa Falls.
Yeah, so speaking about average temperatures, this is what we're looking at for the first part of April. Now, most areas now are in the low to mid 50s, and average lows now are basically in the upper 20s to low 30s. By the end of the month, we'll be all into about the mid 60s, so we continue to gain some temperatures here each day. But when I say about average, that's what we're speaking of about right now. So overall, we're going to have a little bit of light precipitation tonight, light rain or light snow. Not a lot to be expected with this, enough probably to wet the pavement. That's really about it as it comes through. Most areas will probably just see cloud cover overall. Behind the front, we're going to see breezy, colder. We're going to drop those temperatures back to the 40s, so about 7 to 10 degree drop from today. The better news is Sunday is probably the better of the 2 days. We're going to pump those temperatures back up into the 50s and lighter winds. Unfortunately, there's another cold front. That's when I was speaking about getting really cold for Monday. We'll have even some snow shower potential Sunday into Monday, but definitely Monday is going to feel more like early March type weather with those temperatures. Precipitation-wise, too, a lot of this overall may not be able to reach the ground, but we have some precipitation from a system to the south, and then you'll note a front to the west of Minneapolis that begins to approach, too. But all in all, we're seeing a little bit of scattered activity throughout the evening, mainly south of I-90. Then as we go throughout overnight hours, we'll start seeing that front begin to approach the area. So you might see a little precipitation developing probably after 3 a.m. And some of that north of Eau Claire could be in the form of some light snow. But all in all, it's very isolated, and amounts, if you get anything, will be very light. By the time we get to about 6 a.m., all that activity is done with. You can see the winds turning around from the northwest. That cold front will come through, and then the good news is for Saturday, at least the only positive news probably is going to be clearing skies, but that wind's going to be picking up. That'll make it feel not really that great as you look at the temperatures overall, mid 40s, even low 40s. Factor in the wind, probably feeling more like the upper 30s. So although the sun will be out, it really won't feel that pleasant. The good news is Sunday, the winds become light. We'll have more sun, at least in the morning hours. These temperatures are kind of right where we should be for this time of year, so that is the better of the 2 days of the weekend. That's quickly going to be replaced by a cold front that's going to be coming through. Maybe by the time we get to Sunday, we might see a little bit of precipitation along it, but then behind it, all this cold air continues to filter down. That may result in a little bit of a snow shower activity. That could impact the morning commute, but not expecting light, heavy amounts or anything with that. But you can see they're going to be coming through kind of during that time frame, and then that cold air continues to filter into the area through that time frame. Here's your high temperatures for Monday. This is more like early March type weather, barely getting up to freezing in Rusk County, so it's going to feel quite chilly or even cold-like. Factor in the wind. The wind chills actually could be in the teens for some areas as we go throughout Monday morning, so you're definitely going to notice the change. The good news is by the time we get to Tuesday, we're bumping those temperatures back into the upper 40s, near 50 with lighter winds. Not quite average, but better. And then the rest of the forecast, the temperatures continue to climb all the way up to the mid-60s, potentially even warmer depending on cloud cover. That precipitation chance Wednesday night and Thursday is very light, but overall it's a dry pattern. But yeah, definitely after Monday, we'll start feeling back up. But that Monday morning it's going to be kind of a shocker a little bit, feeling those temperatures. But it only lasts 1 day.
Well, it's not a shocker now. You just told us it's going to be light.
We'll be ready for it.
Yeah, after Sunday, seeing those mid 50s, it will feel quite cold.
I bet.
Okay.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Bucks getting a special performance from their star last night to pick up a must-have win. Plus, one Wisconsin artist getting ready to see his work on display in front of the entire football world. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Attention! If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 715-469-6907. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 715-469-6907. Again, that's 715-469-6907.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the WIAA state softball season is starting to pick up steam. Some postponements and cancellations have moved some games around, but no rain in the forecast for some Friday afternoon action. Non-conference bout between Luther and Central. Riverhawks looking for their first win of the season. Girls from La Crosse hoping to start with some magic. 2 outs in the first. Ellie Gillitzer whacks a double. Then in the next batter, Nora Holup. She shoots one back up the middle. Gillitzer is going to beat the throw home. Home side takes a 1-0 lead. Good work from Central senior Carmen Peterson in the circle. Did not allow a run. And not bad at the plate either. Peterson up, and she'll send a gapper into the right center field. Apologies, not in the best midseason form yet for the camera, but she scores another run, and the Riverhawks pick up the first win of the season in shutout fashion, 6-0 the final. Well, Giannis put up a special performance last night in Philadelphia to help lift the Bucks past the 76ers. 35 points, 20 assists, 17 rebounds, the final stat line. With Damian Lillard still out because of a blood clot, Antetokounmpo has had to step up in a various number of ways, including playmaking. He did just that while his teammates paid off the good passes with some made shots.
I want the spacing to be and how I can be efficient, when I'm out there or try to operate for the team. But again, my teammates is just making it easier for me. They're in the right spot, and when you give them the ball, the next shots.
And a Wisconsin artist is putting the final touches on his NFL Draft Day installation. The NFL saw the work of Ike Winter online. That led to the league asking him to create 32 wood art pieces for the 2025 draft in Green Bay. Winter's work is in line with the theme of this year's draft, built by community. Every material he used was found on the side of the road or in alleys in Milwaukee. The creations will be on display along the Draft Theater walkway.
Being from Milwaukee and from Wisconsin has been a big part of my brand and the way I storytell my journey. So now to represent it on such a national stage is very surreal for me. I'm just beyond grateful for the opportunity.
Very cool, guys. I mean, a local in a way, but local to Wisconsin, getting to showcase his talents on the big stage. Very exciting for him.
I like that he's repurposing the materials,
Yes,
for
that
sure.
is
I wonder how long it took him.
Yeah,
Did he too?
Didn't see that. It is 3x3 pieces of wood, so
Okay.
I'm sure lots of hours, though, lots of details in all of them.
Yeah,
But they
because
look great.
those are intricate logos
Yes.
for a lot of those franchises.
Yes, very intricate logos. I hope to see them myself.
You
It's
will.
coming up, I think 20 days away we are now. From
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
It is coming soon.
So
It's going to be fun to see those on display and the rest of the excitement.
Oh, the
For
whole
sure.
thing's going to be a great experience.
Good time.
All right. Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm. The first Warn Weather Storm Runner. Only from News 8 Now. Expect more.
It's Super Saturday at Home Furniture. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices, plus get an extra 25% off all decorative accessories in the market. And pay no interest for 5 years on all brand name mattresses. Super Saturday, this Saturday only at Home Furniture.
This is Tony, and this is Tony's Good Feet story.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job. Before my arch supports, I felt defeated, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I'm more positive.
Clinically proven, significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
For over 40 years, Blood Cross Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
It's the spring patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Get 5, 10, and even 15% off sale prices on porch and patio. Plus, get a free collapsible wagon for all your outdoor activities. The spring patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
All right, a few showers tonight. Could be some light rain or light snow. If you do get any, it's just basically going to be enough to wet the pavement. Probably not enough to carry an umbrella, but something to keep in mind of overall. Temperatures will be colder tomorrow, given that the winds will pick up out of the northwest. The good news is Sunday looks actually fantastic. And then unfortunately, it's going to be a very cold start till Monday. And that 42 won't feel like a 42 either.
Then we're going to be warming up. So
Yes.
it's all good. All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight at 6.
And we'll see you tonight at 10.